Sass TV. My name is Villa Invest, and this is my signature series. My signature series is when I do the verses. It's needed. It's really not a verses. It's my opinion versus what's going on in here. Now, I'm just going to tell you about some of the things. Now, Taurus and Libra is a no-no. Anyone that's, then you know damn well Taurus and Libra don't match. Taurus is too selfish, too controlling, and it's always me, 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 me. I'm talking about the males. A lot of it comes out in the males. Males and females are different. Every sign versus is the male or female. Versus is male or female. Taurus males are different than Taurus females. Taurus females are trustworthy, savvy, moms, good moms, stable. They're not too like air signs or the other signs. They're not too mouthy. They're more stable and sensitive. There's not too much that you can. So one thing about a Taurus females that I kind of have a nitpick with, they real good people. They're really good people. But by them being really good people, and some of them get trampled, and it falls over into their self-esteem, and they can tend to feel judged a little bit. Sometimes you find Taurus women with special children, special needs children. Maybe they can't talk, and maybe they can't walk, and maybe they can't read. You find them with them type of children. You find them with controlling mates. The Taurus women are not that extent. That you will see them with controlling mates. Taurus women dress well. They like style. They like everything up to date. They love beauty. Everything up to date. Now, living with a Taurus woman is good. They're very attentive, and they are family people. You're just going to always find either it's going to be a child or a relative that they're even taken care of, or I just always have noticed that with that sign when it comes to the females or that's in their family, they're always, even if they're in relationships, they end up being the caregiver, the person that's taking, and they play by the rules. They don't have fear in them at all. They're very subject to their mates. The Taurus women are good women. I love them. Shout out to Miss Jakari. She's a Taurus, and I don't know much about her, but I know one thing about her since I've been knowing her for years, and I don't know her personally. She's always a sweetheart. And other Taurus women that I know are sweethearts. You just cannot catch them on the wrong day. That's all I'm going to tell you. You cannot catch them on the wrong day. If they feel that you have caused them an insecurity, they won't show it. But you may say the wrong thing at the wrong time when they're catching up with it. And they may give you a look that may freeze your whole hairline. They do have that trait, but they don't walk and talk with it. Now, the male Taurus is a whole nother species. Me personally, I can't do it. I can't deal with them. I can't deal with them. I can't deal with them. I can't deal with it. Baby, there's no way that a Libra and a Taurus is going to make it out the front door. And when you first meet a Taurus, they're sweet, they're kind, they're giving. They're very jealous. They're very secretive. And one of the reasons they're secretive, because their insecurities are not like the female Taurus insecurities. They got big ass ones. And the thing between the Taurus female and the Taurus male is the Taurus female has so much class and dignity. They will hold it with grace. They sweetness, they just have the sweetness, and I love them. But that damn Taurus male, get your life shook. Them the Taurus male, honey, I can't do it. I can't do their mouth. I can't do their attitude. I can't do that. Their problem is control. Now, this is what I come up with when I come down to a Taurus male. Fire sign and Taurus male is the same thing. A Capricorn and a Taurus is not the same. Capricorn lies more with Aquarius. Taurus, if you're an air sign, you better get to running fast as you can. They will never budge. And they could tend to get used. They know when they got a fool, I tell you that. They know when they have a fool. They are sweet people. They suffer from sicknesses. They suffer from diseases. A lot of them are always ill in their life. A lot of them do a lot of trickery and deceit. Not all of them. Now, I want to tell you about the traits of them. They will not give up if they're trying to conquer you. They will never change their methods with you. If they have a technique for everybody, that's why they give me fire just a little bit. They're not strategic. They have a technique. And I'm just going to say it just like they have a technique. And they're not going to go above it. They're not going to go under it. Because the main word with a Taurus male, with a Libra, is control. If they cannot control that air sign, I want to tell you this. They're going to bring all they BS tactics out the bag. Bullying, pointing the finger, lying. They will try to make you come after them because they put a shield up. When they know they got one, they put a shield up and they will confess and talk to you. One thing about the Taurus male is if he senses that you're a little bit more intelligent than him, if he senses that you're a little bit more intelligent than him, he will pull out anything to push you down. That's control. They don't dislike you. They just know they can't control you. They control. That's every tactic, no matter what they do, is control. Phone calls, control. Conversations, control. They will be combative with the control. You can always lead them to water and you can always make them stay. But they will not do it without control. They move very slow. I don't see them as liars. I do not see them as liars, neither the female. I don't see them as liars, but when they get into their control, they can come off very fire signish, not Sagittarius. Sagittarius male ain't got nothing to lie to you about. They'll just serve you the facts. They don't open their mouth. They show you. They don't open their mouth. And this is what it is. And when they do open their mouth, we ain't talking about that sign. We're going to do more with the signature series. Also with Tauruses, they will do just for instance, say you're from one place and they are another. They are very bullyish with their control tactics because they want someone to slow up with them. You have to understand, are you too free? Are you too free for them? Because sometimes the Taurus male can come off a little greedy and selfish, not codependent. Greedy and selfish. They're not gullible. They just don't think twice. Do you see what I'm saying? Their feelings are easily to be hurt. See, that's why I know that control is only something they bring out the bag. They don't live their life like that every day. Sometimes Tauruses can come under the fraud flag of doing illegal things, doing things to get them by. Sometimes Taurus male will take less value in order just to succeed. Taurus males never let go of their exes. They still conversate with them. They still talk to them. See, that's what I'm saying. Taurus and fire give me the same attitude. It's nothing about them that's different to me. Nothing. From the stubbornness, from the tactics, from the gullible stuff. Now the fire has that a little bit not contained. The Taurus has it contained. You know, they use things for a reason. They say things for a reason. They remind me of the fire sign when they tend to go with trends. They are a follow the leader. They are a follower, sort of like the water sign Pisces. You know, they go with any direction, and when this direction and this direction, and if that's going good and everybody's talking about that, they'll leave that over there and start that. They believe in everything that they do, but they do everything. Do you see what I'm saying? They're follow the leader. Not so much a follow the leader, they follow everything. They're followers, not follow the leader. They're followers, not the female. The male can come up as a follower. And one thing I don't like about, they have this stigma of being great. They have this stigma of being greater. One thing I like about them is the Taurus male, they're friendly. They have a lot of friends. They don't know when they've been embarrassed. They like everybody the same. They do not know when they've been embarrassed. They're honest too, but they do keep secret. They don't know when they've been embarrassed. Taurus tend to stem with low self-esteem because in a lot of their relationships, you have attractive Tauruses, but there's a lot of Tauruses that are not attractive. So they tend to sometimes get their woman stole. And that brings in that self-esteem thing that I'm talking about. So sometimes they suffer from this. The only thing I have bad to say about Taurus is that control stuff, the limits they do to control. It's a no for me. With Taurus and Libra. If you're in that relationship, get to running Libra because you're going to have to beat that ass because they will tip you off because they are highly disrespectful with their words when they're trying to get their way with control. They're not trying to take over your life. They want you to do what they say. And one of the reasons why they don't make decisions quick, they're very slow with things. They take their time. They don't overspend, but they spend on themselves. Now let's talk about their sex life and what they like. They like bad bitches. Period. They like bad bitches. If you ain't a bad bitch, get your bad built ass out the building. They do not do funny built big girls. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna get it. If you deal with a Taurus and you are a plus size woman, by all means, you are the mother and the pillar and you are being controlled. I swear to God, they like bad bitches every second. And they don't have a problem telling you. And I'm going to tell you, they like bad bitches. They like nice titties, flat stomach, nice ass. Everything got to be bam, 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 bam. I'm telling you, they like a bad one, not a bad built one. I'm telling you. If you ain't bad, and I'm not trying to be funny, and that's whoever is watching this. If you ain't a bad bitch, then they tend to control you. When I say tend to control you, somewhere in your life, you are financially stable. Let's just put it to you like that. You're going to do A or B with them. But at the end of the day, if you ain't a bad bitch, I'm telling you, that's one of their major. And they will talk about your weight. They will tell you about they will piss you off. They will talk about your weight. That's how they are. You got to know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with a Taurus. And can't nobody tell you about them, not even me. I'm going to tell you one thing. They are very blunt. They are very childish. They use tactics. They will try to lower your self-esteem so they can control you. They will tell you who they like and what they don't like and all of this. They love phone sex. They love choking the chicken. You know what I mean? They like lots of sex. They love beautiful women. They stay in contact with their exes even if they're married to somebody else. A Taurus will always have a bitch around them still trying to use them sometimes. Tauruses are financially stable. And the ones that are not, I don't know what to tell you and what went wrong because I don't know too many that's not. Because they're very slow in their tactics. They're not strategic. They're great financial planners. They make it count. But they always got a bitch in their business. They always have problems with women. They put themselves in situations with bad bitches because they like that ass. I'm telling you. Sometimes they don't think before they move. And they get in situations where they're with whores. And the whores are fucking, excuse my language, the whores are fucking everybody. And they don't know it. And they get, they get glamorized by the booty and they don't see nothing else. Sometimes they'll go to the extent, as I was saying before, by moving in with a whore that sleeps with everybody and will be sleeping with everybody in the apartments, and the Taurus won't believe it because they have been casted down on. They are glamorized by a bad one. They will do whatever. They will do whatever because that's what they want. They see that on you, they turn into a dumb zombie. And again, that's when their self-esteem. I mean, I'm telling you, they're like bad. Listen. And guess what? They go years hanging on to the bad bitches. Every woman they have been with, every woman they have lived with, every woman that has put them out is a bad bitch. And they don't too much let it go. Because Taurus men has a line of kindness that the bad bitches like. That's why they the bad bitch. You know, the bad bitch knows when she got a hungry animal. And the Taurus don't be thinking about that. They be thinking about that first. They be thinking about that good sex. They love sex. They think about all of that. Now, if you ain't bad, then you will be controlled and belittled. You will be controlled and belittled. But they are sweet people. One thing is, Libra and Taurus will never marry. And if they do, it's off and on. It's off and on. Because Taurus pick and choose their battles very greatly. And Libra ain't finna sit around and play with you. They will entertain, but they will not play with you. Taurus know how to pull people in and chunk them back out, especially if you are the one that they are trying to control. I'm telling you, okay? So those are some of the things you may see in them. And it is true. Me. Libra don't do that. Taurus will go to the extent of lowness and talk about your kids. I told you they got tactics. So when it comes down to the relationship of a Taurus and a Libra, it's like, out of here. So this is what's going on if you are dealing with that type of sign in business or in career or in any type of situations, because I don't do love readings. This is something new that I'm bringing, signature series. You want to get those horoscopes, you can go ahead and find them over there on Anchor. So if you are dealing with an individual in business or career or in your life and you want things to settle, you're going to have to let that person go, because I do feel when it comes down to work that Taurus is going in another direction. I think you're on your last days. If you are dealing at work with a Taurus, they're going to turn around and go to another. Because of finances and because of wherever your finances, they're going in another direction. Here I see that sometimes whoever this Taurus person is, yeah, they're going in another direction. They're going in another direction with money. They're going in another direction with ideas. They're going in a direction mainly with money. They're letting go old people and they're letting go old relationships, and they're going to tell you they're not going to tell you. If you're looking to hear from a Taurus and a point where you were happy, if you're an air sign and you're dealing with a Taurus and a point that you were happy and you started to see the change of things, it's because they heard from somebody from the past. Some of these Tauruses that you are messing with are married and are still in long-term relationships. And if it's commitment, it has to be a commitment or a marriage. They've heard from that person and they're going back and they're going to try to fix these things. And one of the things they're going to have to fix is their finances, and they're willing to go back. If they're from somewhere else, they're going back and they're going back to be in that relationship. Because when they walked away from the relationship from the beginning, it was about money. They knew they had to get their money up, and that's why they left originally. I think this Taurus had waited around for the situation to clear up for them. This person is welcoming them back home. And it's about a matter of time. They're like, hell yeah, I'm going. But I got to have this before I go. Now, in this reading, I do not see an air sign. I see an air sign inquiring. I see an air sign wondering what happened. Okay, I told you that sign is not for air. That Taurus and Libra is not. It's not a pick. It's a hell to the no. They will crash you. I told you, bad bitches get heads up in their relationships. That bitch could be nobody and no good. They don't see it. All they see is these that's sitting up, that ass, them thighs, them lips. I'm telling you, they used to being babied. They used to being babied by the bad bitches to get what they want out of them. I'm trying to tell you, if you ain't that type, they not gonna fool with you. If you're in a work situation and you feel like you are being favored over somebody else, your boss is a Taurus, and it's a bad bitch they're giving the job to. I'm telling you, they're just that petty. That sign will piss you off, air. If you're air and you're dealing with that, I suggest you move on. I suggest you move on. The only thing that I see in this reading is that you're wondering what the fuck is going on. It's because they've been distant. They've been moving around a lot. It seems like you may feel like they're trying to get things together. They're trying to get things together because not only are they going back, they're moving back to wherever they came from to be with that individual because they have gotten their stuff together. And they're going to go back and be in that bad bitch relationship. Because when they came in the door, whatever they came in the door offering, they now have it. They've changed everything. They are on the money. And they're going to keep you wondering. And they're not going to tell you. They're just going to get up and go. And that's the type of shit they do. Bad bitches rule the world when it comes down to Taurus. God bless you. And I cannot wait to see the new you. I do not see this working out. I see this stopping. I see around the 18th and then another month, 18th, I see this stopping. I don't see this moving forward for anyone. Like I said, this was a pay it forward, but I decided to turn it into a signature series. Just a little something. Financial-wise, Taurus is looking good. Male Taurus is financial-wise, you're going back to the bad bitch. Taurus, if you're dealing with an air sign woman, it could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, do what you need to do, but I feel like you could have told the person what your ultimate plan was, okay? You and that air sign don't fit no way. It wasn't going to work anyway. Y'all don't have nothing in common. Y'all don't think alike, y'all don't work alike, and y'all don't move alike. Y'all two different people. There's nothing airy. There's nothing free. There's nothing giving like air sign within Taurus. A Taurus will use an air sign. God bless you.